Big up, everybody. It's your girl, Sofia, aka Sophie, back here on Sophia's Football Talk. First and foremost, apologies for being quite late this time for the transfer show. Had to sort some things out, but we are here and ready to talk some transfers. So we are Gucci here, people. We are all Gucci over here. But hope that all of you guys are doing well on this Tuesday evening. Like for me, the days are just all over the place in terms of, I'm still, enjoying 2 more weeks left of my vacation from my day job. So hey, you know, is it Tuesday? Is it Saturday? Hey, doesn't matter. All the days are the same. So your girl is doing well over here, regardless though. Pick up everybody. Before we fully start, make sure you give this video here a big thumbs up. And of course, also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, as we are on the road to wait, where is it? We are on the road to 2K. Road to 2K subscribers, people. Let's go. I believe, like last time I checked, we were like 94 subscribers away. So, tell a friend to tell another friend, and then you tell their friend to tell their friend, and so forth. And you know the rest. Um, Also, feel free to join the SFT membership. We actually did get a member, I believe, yesterday, actually. Judy TV is the newest member of Sophia's Football Talk, which, hey, big up. I appreciate that. It's been a bit like all over the place with the memberships, but I do appreciate people, hey, if you can, it's another way to support the channel, and it definitely does go a long way. So I do appreciate that. But let me say hi to the people as we start. Big up to Henry. Hope you're doing well. Big up to Llewellyn, to Luma. Big up. Coach Corner, 50 minutes late in counter. Also says moving like the football. Coach Connor, I know you're a content creator yourself. Chill out, brother. Come on. You know you, girl. Come on. Come on now. Big up Ravi. I mean, lateness is greatness, like Matisse be saying, yay, the whole shebang, the whole shebang. Of course. But yeah, let's get into it. So, obviously, some of the talking points for today. Hope that you guys do enjoy the graphics that I do put in a lot of work in for that. But let's start with the news. So, first off, I do want to just give like a little bit of update when it comes to Andrea Onana, which Fabrizio Romano did tweet out earlier today. So understand, Andrea Onana will travel to Manchester later today. Plan confirmed. Understand he will land in England around 7 p.m. UK time. So technically, I would assume that he's already been there. Medical slash contract signing between Wednesday and Tuesday. Contract until 2028 plus option for 1 year. Obviously, the deal was, the signing was like 51 million fee plus 4 million add-ons. So yeah, yes. Ooh, quickly, thank you, Amir. I do want to address this. Glad to see Eddie van der Sar is doing okay. Yes, inshallah it covers. Yes, Eddie van der Sar, to those of you who knew, former Man United goalkeeper, also been a sporting director before for Ajax and whatnot. He did suffered, I believe, I don't know if it was necessarily an internal bleeding, but he had to be in intensive care when he was in vacation in Croatia. But he has woken up, and I think this weekend or next week he will probably be going home with his family. So lots of thoughts and love goes out to his family for sure. So big up for that. Big up to you as well, Amir, and big up to Tyrell. Yes. We all are wishing Edwin well. Yeah, like I said, with Unana, I mean, we are, looks to be that we're trying to, of course, get this over the line as we very soon will be traveling to the US. Basically, most of the lads have traveled earlier today to Edinburgh as we will be playing our second preseason game against Lyon, but not the whole squad has obviously been traveling for that game since a lot of the people that were in were playing. international games and whatnot haven't come. They've come back to training, such as Rashford, who we'll talk about, Bruno and whatnot, but they haven't traveled to be playing that game. So obviously, don't we shouldn't be expecting. Not that we would have Onana to be ready for that game, but for me, most importantly, is definitely having him be there. Hopefully on the plane tomorrow, and to be there in the U.S. Because we're gonna be playing Arsenal on Saturday. I'm doing a watch along for sure. I would love to see Onana in that new goalkeeper shirt and rocking it and whatnot. By the way, I did, which was kind of funny. I did like a remix of Trey Song's Nana song, which to fit for obviously our new signing, Andrea Nana. I did post it on my YouTube as a YouTube Shorts. I also posted on TikTok and Instagram, and the response has been pretty funny, and people have been seeming to like it. So hey, check it out. It is indeed my vocals in on it. I had to tweak a little bit. It was fun. It was fun. But yeah, like I said, Onana, we're not gonna talk too much about that. But regardless, hey, hopefully medical everything will go well, and he'll be a Man United player. That would be great. Next though, Rasmus Højlund obviously is more so like the next person that we're trying to look for, the next signing. But obviously, like I mentioned in a few transfer news earlier, I believe last week, was the fact that we were potentially trying to, at least before we, seal the deal with Onana, it looks to be that we were trying to look away and move on from Rasmus Højlund. But now we going back. Hey, even though Atalanta is asking for hella unreasonable price, like 86 plus ish million. It's a madness. It's a madness. But Fabrizio Romano did tweet Manchester United are preparing their opening bid for Rasmus Højlund. Told personal terms are 100% agreed. Technically, we kind of already knew that the personal terms were agreed a while ago, so that's not necessarily new information. He wants Man United. Hey, we want you. Atalanta told United they don't want three players offered in a deal after initial talks, asking price around 65 to 70 million. So next step is basically getting in an official bid. Is what we're trying to do. Um, hey, Yuvraj, this is not a call-in show, but I will be doing call-in show on Sunday. So yeah, but this one is not a call-in show. But thank you though. Big up to you. So yeah, obviously with Rasmus Højlund, I mean, like I've told you guys before, I don't have necessarily much of a sample piece to go from when it comes to Rasmus Højlund, as I haven't really seen much of him myself. Just comps, clips here and there on social media, but other than that, not much to go for. But I can definitely say, brother, it's not going to be worth 80, 70. I'm okay with, would have preferred saying 40, but like if we say 50, okay, we'll take it. Maybe the potential is there, but like 60, 70 ish, that's a bit mad. So hopefully we will be able to meet halfway, or, for what should I say, Atalanta to be lowering their price as much as possible. That would be great. Because I believe like for Atlanta, he got 9 goals or something. Like obviously, not the best of numbers, but I think what Ten Hag wanting him is more so about the profile. Obviously, the number one, priority would have been to get a Kane, but he's definitely, at this point doesn't seem to be coming to us anytime soon. So having a Højlund right now as a potential ain't necessarily a bad thing, but I do think it's important to get him for that right price. Tolomba says we are not getting the kid, in my opinion, and that's fair. Hey, we will see. I don't know. There have because I've been seeing other reports saying like, okay, we're also still looking at Kolomuani potentially as well. So if it doesn't work out with Højlund, we will be moving our attention to a Kolomuani. But I'm also wondering, could that necessarily be maybe a tactics from Man United? Like we did with Mason Mount, we were saying with Chelsea, okay, if you guys are not willing to, you know, lower down your price here, then we're going to try to look at your target, which is Moises Caicedo, which we'll be talking about in a minute. but or a little bit later in the show. And then it ended up with we finding out, of course, we got Mount, and we were never even in for Moises Caicedo. It was just a tactic for basically Chelsea to be, putting their fingers up from the butt. That's very very explicit, but you know what I'm saying. And for you to do something, because or else we gonna walk away. We gonna walk away. Watch us. So yeah, that's yeah. Llewellyn says United finally moving like a big club in the window. I must be dreaming. There are some points where I'm like, if we end up, because this could be a good bit, we will see. I'm gonna need us to, like I said, have Onana for, of course, in the win. I mean, in the U.S. tour. Hopefully, we get a striker over the line, and also midfielder, whether that be a Amrabat, potentially Amrabat, especially for that price. Like we should. But that definitely has to do with basically the what should I say? Some of the player signings. The outgoings for us is definitely also something to take into account. I'll save that one. This one is good. I'll save that. Yuvraj says, I don't think Højlund is good enough to play for Man United. That's fair. There's a lot of people. There was definitely some people saying that as well. And hey, like I said, I can't necessarily say he's good enough and whatnot. I don't think he should be the only striker signing. I think we also should be getting another forward in, whether that be a Højlund and you get a maybe Taremi from Porto as a duo, so that he can offload Højlund here and there. I wouldn't mind that. Or you get a João Felix on loan for the right price. I wouldn't mind that whatsoever. I still definitely would 100% be keen on a João Felix for sure. 100%. 100%. And Saint says United, in my opinion, need an experienced striker because Højlund very raw for sure. But if you get a Højlund who has the potential, and you get somebody that's more of an experienced striker, then I think that can go hand in hand, in my opinion. Like I said, you need to sell Martial, if not now, but first and foremost, Martial have 1 year, which I didn't even realize. I mean, I think it was like maybe 2 weeks ago where I realized, Lord, Marcelo just have like 1 year left of this contract. At this point, I almost think he will probably just be here and see out this I don't. Who is going to come in for him with the wages that he has? Nobody. 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 Llewellyn says, surely United are closely monitoring the situation with Harry Kane. This window is not over. I don't think this window is over either. I have a feeling that if we do, because I've been seeing some reports of we're actually trying to be selling quite a lot of players, right, to then fund other signings that we're trying to get in at the end. So let's say, and more so closer to the end of the window, we suddenly, I don't know, maybe the takeover has been done, but I have no idea what's happening with the takeover. There's a reason why I'm not even literally making videos and talking about it, because I'm mentally tired of it and physically tired of it myself. But I digress. Let's say that it's over the line, and then maybe we still have some time left of the window, and we suddenly go in for a Kane. You never know. Schlout says, I told you that the Glazers are. You told us that they are bad owners. I agree. Glazers out. I agree. Glazers out for sure. 100%. 100% Glazers out. Yay. Schlotz, come on. Yay. Brother, I agree. I agree. I agree. Keep subscribing, by the way, people, and keep liking. How much likes do we have? I'm just gonna check out for a friend. I'm the friend, which I keep saying. We have 9 likes. Come on, we can do it. We can do it. We can get the likes up. Come on now, keep getting the likes up. Yeah, let's move on to, as it was mentioned earlier. Actually, I believe it was Amir who mentioned that. Was it not? Yes, it was. According to some articles, Evan is only with Man United for the preseason, playing with the under 21 teams only. And some of you guys are wondering, who is Evans? Johnny Evans, former, former Man United player. And we were thinking after De Gea left, like, oh, that Fergie era is over. No, it's not. Fergie era is still here apparently, because this guy's won a couple of and played under for Fergie, of course. Sir Alex Ferguson, love you, man, love you, man. But yeah, Johnny Evans. This was a very unexpected news because I was what was it? I think it was potentially yesterday or something. It was reported that he was training. Okay, the defender was training with Man United and whatnot. And now suddenly earlier today, it's reported that Johnny Evans has signed a short-term deal with Manchester United. This will enable Evans to take part in upcoming preseason games. Um, so I don't necessarily know. I don't think it will be beyond that, but you never know. If he suddenly does very well, you never know if he ends up maybe being here for a little bit longer as he tried to see out and find another club to be at. Big up to you, Ming. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, when it comes to Johnny Evans, obviously he played for Leicester after Man United. And he actually did play very well for Leicester, I would remember. I think at this latter stages of his Man United career, I believe it was Van Gaal that, he left uh, while Van Gaal was still here. So that's definitely quite a lot of years ago, back in 2006 potentially. So not 2006, I mean 2016. But it's been a while. But obviously, with him, it was a little bit frustrated at the end because I felt like the guy's like okay, but some games here and there was a bit lackluster. But overall, like especially when he'd be playing, for Leicester and whatnot, like he'd be playing well. And I definitely would prefer him way more to a Harry Maguire, which we will be talking about in a second. Also, fun fact, I actually didn't know this, but Johnny Evans' wife actually works for, I believe, Man United, MUTV. So she still works within Man United. So obviously, she's going to be going, in preseason tour, I believe, with MUTV, and then her husband going to be there as well. That's kind of funny. I feel like it's only Man United that we just be bringing, you know, retired, not retired, but bringing players that's left. We bring them back. They can be here. That's Man United. But hey, as we will be mentioning Harry Maguire, when I saw this, I was like, you know what? Surely this would mean that Maguire would be going, right? I just have, especially now after which we did talk about earlier, the fact that Maguire has obviously um, is now stripped of the Man United captaincy armband. He's no longer Man United captain. Still haven't yet to hear the news of who's going to be the new captain. Probably would be Bruno, but we don't know. We'll hear something soon. But it's no longer, regardless, Harry Maguire. He definitely, obviously, was very disappointed, which he did mention in a social media post on Twitter, Instagram, whatnot. He gets it, but like extremely, extremely disappointed. And hey, I get it, but I would then think that hey, this has to definitely then be nail in the coffin, right? This has to be that you now 100% must feel, yeah, I probably will be leaving now, right? You would think that. I will read what because there's some interesting stuff with him right now. But yeah, do, 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 do. Big up to Jean Grey. Says good evening, Empress Sophia. Much love and respect. You can have Amrabat and Lee Kimmich to. Okay, okay. We will talk about it. But big up to you. Big up to you. Llewellyn says Maguire to become a sixth choice defender. It's time to go, mate. Like you should have probably figured that out when you had Luke Shaw, who's technically a left back, playing ahead of you as a left center back. That's when you should probably know, you know what? Maybe it's time for me to go. Maybe I should you know, just say deuces and just leave. You know, do a Chris Smalling. You know what Chris Smalling did? He used to play Man United alongside Phil Jones and whatnot. Chris Smalling went to Roma. Okay? Playing under Jose Mourinho, cooking, doing well, reignited his career and doing well. Okay, loved by the Roma fans. Like, that's what Maguire should be doing. I know that you'll be getting a lot of hate. Some of it can be okay. You're kind of doing it a little bit to yourself. Some of it could be also like, now we're doing a bit too much, but I digress. Do something for yourself within your career. You're 30 years old, especially when it comes to to a defender, or at least as a center back, they can be going on for a long time. Like, look at freaking Thiago Silva at 38 years old. I don't know if he's going to be turning 39 this year or if that's going to be next year, but brother's old. He doesn't look old, but he grown. He a grown ass man, right? You know what I'm saying? Mackie, think about this for your own career. Oh my God, Llewellyn. I remember laughing my ass up there after some of the press conference from Van Gaal when he was referring to Chris Smalling as Mike Smalling. People were like, "Who the hell is Mike Smalling?" Oh, damn, that's Chris Smalling. Yeah, I just used it wrong. But then again, it kind of fit because he ended up becoming his alter ego. Because at the time when he, randomly called him Mike Smalling, he was kind of cooking. So that's his alter ego. Right now, Chris Smalling is Mike Smalling in Roma. Yes, yes, yes. Michelangelo Smalling. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, all of the above, all of the above. Big up, Jordan. Hope you're doing well. All of the above. But yeah, when it comes to Maguire, will he maybe be leaving Man United? Potentially, he still have 2 years left of his contract. But right now, Chelsea, which was reported by Fabrizio Romano a few hours ago, Chelsea are considering a move from Manchester United's Harry Maguire after losing Wesley Fofana to a cruciate ligament injury. I do just want to note something that I'm best like sending lots of love and support to Wesley Fofana after hearing about his horrible injury. The guy this kid can never catch a break. I feel so bad for him. I hope that he can get the proper treatment that he can get, and that he still will be able to play and whatnot, because there's been so many injuries. Um, and he's so young. I believe like what, 21 or something like that. The guy's very young. So I do feel bad for him, for sure. So I just wanted to make that clear. Like, here, we're not gonna be, you know, making fun of people injuries and what. Like, no, no, no. That's low if people do that. But we don't do that over here. Okay. I do say this all to say also, obviously, to continue, since Wazufana now is he gonna be gone for a while, right? The Blue Scouting Department have cited Maguire as one of the best options on the market. This is via Graham Bailey. But then I also was hearing some other reports saying that Harry Maguire wants 20 million payoff to quit Manchester United. This is by Football Insiders. I don't know. But then yesterday there was also talks about Maguire may potentially he wants to stay and fight for his place. And it's like, brother, just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. It's gonna be Euros next year. I know you and Garrett Southgate, y'all are tight, y'all are cool, but it's gonna be a bit of ridiculous if you're not gonna be playing much, or if not very rarely, this upcoming season, and then you suddenly will be expected to be playing for the Euros. That I would like, I've been looking sideways at Southgate. I think most people would definitely give him proper side eyes. Like, what? No, no, no. I would be like, excuse me, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? We're doing a lot. We're doing a bit too much, is what I would be saying then. But hey, I digress. I digress. I digress. What else are you guys saying? Jean says, surely losing the captaincy armband is a cue to move on, right? I would assume, I would hope that can be the case, but I don't know. Maybe that's not necessarily the case for everybody. Sleep expert says, you don't deserve Maguire, you disrespect Maguire, so no one is coming to United. Who has disrespected Maguire? I don't know who has disrespected him, but I haven't. But okay. Pick up the sound says Maguire doesn't deserve a top team. Okay. Mamo says Maguire needs to reignite his career. I agree. He's not a bad footballer. He just is man not quality. I think that's you know what? That's what I agree with as well. 100%. I also think that he's not he's not I'm not gonna sit here and say like he's horrible and he will never ever work for any team. No, that's not the case. I 100% that he will be cooking at one team. I don't necessarily know if that's Chelsea, because there has also been reports that West Ham definitely are looking in for him, but I don't necessarily know if he wants to. But I think he would cook for West Ham. I ain't gonna lie. I think Maguire goes to West Ham or for any other team that be playing more so, not necessarily having a high line and whatnot. Then I think he could cook. He could cook. Like Star Lord says, big up to you. Everton, West Ham, Newcastle, Tottenham, that's his level. And that doesn't even need to be a dig. That's more so, yo, you played for Manchester United. You've had the captaincy armband. Big up to you. It just hasn't fully worked out. But we move on. You know? Sometimes you just gotta take the L and be like, hey, this didn't work. I gotta go somewhere else to reignite my career because it still isn't over. There's still time left. You know what I'm saying? There is still time left. Once again, people keep getting the likes up. The more likes we get, the more we're able to push the video out there for more people to see. All right, here we go. Okay, what else are you guys saying? Yeah, so keep the likes up and do subscribe if you're new here. Um, Pick up to Ozan says, will Kim Min Jae help Bayern win their 12 Bayern? Ooh, let me save this for that. That is a good question. Schlott says, all United fans disrespect Maguire. I would love Maguire at Liverpool, but it won't happen. I mean, we can try to make it happen if you want to. Luma says, Sofia, would Evans have come if Glazers were owners? I mean, oh, if would he have come if Glazers weren't owners? Is that maybe a question? I don't know. I don't know. Depends on if we still have the same board. I think this is more so the board thing, but hey. The Maggie is just not good enough for United. To be fair, I don't rate him, but he would fit into a system. I think he would too, as well. Sleep says Maguire is good, but the coach is not utilizing him well. Either sack Eric Ten Hag or bring new coach who understands Maguire. Or Maguire should move to club of his class like Real Madrid, Barcelona, or Ranger. How about okay? Because if okay, here you know what the issue is. If we have to sack a manager because a player doesn't fit his system, maybe the player is the issue and not the manager. Why is he going to? If he doesn't fit the system, he doesn't fit the system. You got to move on. Because there are other players that will be fitting his system. You know, what are we doing here? He's gonna be fired. Now I mean, that's your opinion, but yo, yeah, that's that's a bit of a stretch. Can we try Maguire without captaincy pressures? To be honest, I think we just gotta move on. I just think he's not that level. We gotta move on. I think for his own good and for the betterment, first and foremost, the betterment of the club, and also for his own good, I think we all should move on. Do a Chris Smalling. Literally, somebody should make a song about Chris Smalling. Do a Chris Smalling. Be a Chris Smalling. Be a Mike Smalling. You know, literally, true assessment to somebody that's, you know what, had a label of being like, trash and whatnot, but went somewhere else, rocking it up, doing well, and ain't nobody talking about the bad days anymore. That's what you gotta do, Maggie. Reignite your career. Reignite your career. Reignite your career. Like, it ain't that difficult, Maggie. You can do it. But you gotta put your back into it. Like Ice Cube is saying, put your back into it. But regardless, I feel like we've been talking about Maguire for a while now, so we're gonna move on. Um, Ravi asks, Sophia, I bet you're happy Rashford signed a new deal. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So speaking of Rashford, yeah, he has signed a 5-year deal. Okay, deal until June 2028. I mean, the guy he will be, I believe he will be 26. Am I tripping? I'm pretty sure he will be 26 in on a Halloween actually this year. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I remember still when he got his debut back in 2016. I'm pretty sure it was February 28th, 2016. It's hey, and here we are. Didn't look back since. It was more so because we didn't have any other option up top. Rooney was injured. Was another Martial was injured. There was another guy as well, a youngster who doesn't play anymore. Think was it? It was not making me. What was his name again? I literally have his face right there, but I can't remember his name. It's been a long time. Regardless, though, then he got his opportunity. He scored in his debut, scoring other like Manchester Derby hearts. He was ripping it up and whatnot. So I do sometimes think that a lot of people be forgetting because he had a really good this past season. He had a really good season, and then people don't be thinking of other times he's been also good. Of course, we know that the 21-22 season was the worst ever season for him and Man United as a total in the newer years, or at least how long I've been watching, in the newest stages for Man United. But it's nice to see that he has committed to Man United. There were reports that there's been other clubs interested putting in offers, but he declined. I don't know which club those are, but obviously we did hear about PSG being in for him before, and that there could be also be some English club, maybe even ours. You never know. But I'm glad that he decided to stay because I feel like when I think about Man United, especially this newer decade, this new generation, Rashford definitely is one of the front, you know, at the forefront of that in a lot of ways. So yeah. But he said, and I quote, "I joined Manchester United as a 7-year-old with a dream. That same passion, pride, and determination to succeed still drives me every time I have the honor of wearing the shirt. I will give my best." And I love that. I really do love that. So big up to Rashford for for signing it finally. Like now, I feel like it's been up on the air. Like he had a year left. This contract was about to, you know, expire next year and whatnot, I believe. So at least finally, pen to paper. He here and he gonna be here for several more years to come. So that'll be dope. That'll be dope. Um, just give me one second. I'm seeing like Twitter. Okay, no, 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 nothing special there. Okay, what are y'all saying? Do, 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 do. Sleep expert says that's my opinion. I think not united every club if that player is not performing, sack manager. Can you rephrase that a little bit? I didn't really. Oh, you wait. Oh, you means you should be sacking the manager and not getting rid of the player. That's it. I mean, that is your opinion. I have to say that I completely disagree. Cause then we're gonna be having way many managers, and I'm not here for that. So yeah, but that's your opinion. That's your opinion. Let's move on. I do want to mention though, not that this is necessarily transfer news, but a little bit related. So, obviously Man United's preseason, we are continuing it, of course. The guys have, traveled. A lot of people are saying like, "Oh my God, Maguire's not there," but a lot of the players are not there from the international, the players that were playing international football and whatnot. But Malacia is not going to be there for preseason, which is a bummer. He suffered a injury, so best of luck to him on his recovery. Hopefully, he gets well. This does open the door for Alvaro Fernandez, the left back, who I did see he did start when we played Leeds United here in Oslo. And he did look very well, so that would be exciting. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that real quick. You'll just take a drink, sip from the water. I feel like my throat is like, ooh. Let's see here. Yeah. So there was mentioning of Moises Caicedo, so let's move on to that. Moises Caicedo. I feel like this whole, you know, situation with Moises Caicedo and Chelsea, that's been taking way too long, in my opinion. I ain't gonna lie, but um, you know, Brighton, they want peace. Obviously they had to let Alexis McAllister go for what was it, 35 million or something because of the release clause. So they 100% would feel like they missed out on cashing in a lot of money for that the deal. So they have another asset in Moises Caicedo, and definitely it's been an important player for them. So it's like, yo, if we're gonna get rid of another important player, y'all need to pay up. Okay, so Chelsea, they put in a new bid for Moise Caicedo. Um, they've put this is going to be the third bid. The other bids all been rejected, declined. So the new bid for Moise Caicedo will be more than 70 million. Um, it will include add-ons again for sure, as Chelsea will hope to reach the final agreement on fee this week. So I will definitely keep you updated on that. But it'll be quite interesting. I mean, like Ravi says, Brighton want the top dollar, 100 million. I think they might be potentially they could be inclined for, like, let's say it'll be like 80 up front, 85 up front, and then they'll have add-ons, maybe something in that order. But like Chelsea right now is like, nah. And I'm like, Chelsea, y'all try to do that shit to us when we were trying to get mounts. So hey, it is what it is. Um Ooh, Jean says Brighton don't really want to sell Casado, hence the price. Exactly. I think sometimes that's often what we be forgetting about. Like we were thinking, yeah, but he's not worth that price. It's not that he's worth the price. We all know Casado ain't worth that. Like also with Declan Rice, he's not worth that price that Arsenal bought him for. But honestly, West Ham didn't want to sell him. They offered a new deal. He didn't sign and whatnot. Wanted to leave. And they're like, okay, we could let you go, but if you're going to go, we need to get a lot of money so that we can reinvest that money into other players to add into our squad. Especially when it comes to some of these smaller teams, like it's important. You can't just be like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna put this evaluation like something that might seem reasonable for a lot of other clubs, but for us, no, we want to get peace so that we can get other players. That's what it is. This is what we value him for if he's going to be going because he matters to us. You know what I'm saying? It's not that this guy is going to be worth this money because of him overall. No, 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 no. It's about if he can go, bring us the dinero. That's simple. That's simple. Luma says, "Are Brighton being fair to Casado?" I mean, they have given him like a new deal and whatnot, which he did sign, so he obviously he's making more. But I think they probably would land. I do think he will become a Chelsea player. But can I be honest though? It would be quite funny if Arsenal suddenly do something. Like, if somebody hijacks it. Not that I'm saying that I want it to be Arsenal, but it would be funny. Remember how Chelsea hijacked the Mudryk deal? What if Arsenal do something cheeky and be like, you know what? F it. Boom. That would be funny. But at the same time, like I don't want Arsenal to if they get no no no, then I will be like, yo, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Uh, Jean says, no matter how we feel as supporters, fans, it's a business to them. Bring the papers. Exactly. Exactly. We of course as fans will be like, oh, but that's a bit too much. Da, da, da. But it's like it's business to them. You know, they just want to get it done. It's that simple. It is what it is. Literally. Ooh. Okay. Update on. Wait. It is. Yeah. It's update. Okay. So it's update on Onana from Fabrizio Romano. He literally just tweeted this now. Did he? Yeah, he did. He did 2 minutes ago. After some changes to the plan due to flights issue, no problems of the deal at all. Onana will travel to the UK in 40 minutes. Also, he technically hasn't traveled yet. Onana's private flight scheduled at 10:30 p.m. Italy time from Turin. That will basically mean like in about 30 minutes from now. Because I believe like Italy and Norway is about the same time. Today will land in Birmingham later tonight. Medical tomorrow. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God, oh God. I hope that we can do. I don't even know if there will be have enough time to do like proper dope announcement video and whatnot. But surely they should be doing like, oh nah nah, what's my name? Like right? Okay. Wait, 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 wait. Okay. Comments like this, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So we're gonna address this before we move on to the next two stories. We're gonna address this. Sleep expert has just you know commented to Ravi. As a moderator, you should do some super chat. Sorry if my words hurt you, but if you have shame, please do super chat. First and foremost, I never be talking about, asking people for super chat. I'm just saying, like, if you want to, hey, you feel free to. Definitely helps out, but I'm not gonna push people. But I think it's a little bit weird when other people in the chat be asking other viewers to send in super chat because sleep. If you feel like Ravi's being shameful, shouldn't you then send in a super chat because you ain't doing it, brother? Don't be coming for Ravi and asking him to send super chat if you're not gonna do it. That doesn't make any sense. I think that's so weird. That is so weird. Big up, Rajat. Big up. Yeah, no problem, Ravi. It's just come on now. Like, I mean, we can't be calling people out and then we ain't gonna do it ourselves. Yes, Rajat, I do want João Felix for backup. I do. But I did actually hear some. I think Fabrizio Romano actually tweeted exclusive João Felix statement on his future. I'd love to. Oh, he ain't coming for us. He literally is just twerking for Barcelona. He says, "I love to play for Barca. Barcelona has always been my first choice, and I love to join Barca. It was always my dream since I was a kid. If it happens, it will be a dream come true." Okay, we now know where he wants to go. Brother, why do you openly do that, bro? Bro, nah, 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 nah. They ain't got money for you either. Definitely they don't. So sorry, but they don't have money for you. No. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It will be great though, but hey, we'll see. Regardless, speaking of, it was mentioned earlier actually, Joshua Kimmich. People, Bayern, which was reported by Kicker, could be willing to sell Joshua Kimmich this summer to help fund the move for Harry Kane. And then it was later added Liverpool, who have been longtime admirers of the midfielder, are attentive to the situation. If he ever goes, I beg you, do not go to Liverpool. I beg you, don't go to. But then again, imagine if he goes to City and stuff. Oh my God, I would love to have him at Man United. For me, like Joshua Kimmich will be number one. If not him, then you bring on Amrabat. Even though I would love to have Amrabat, but I'm saying if Joshua Kimmich is like, yo, I'm gonna holla, let me holla then. Let me holla back. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's all. So, Lord, that would be, God, that would have been dope. But yeah, we will have to wait and see. I don't even know. It would be quite the interesting debacle if you see, like, imagine Joshua Kimmich over here, right? He's right here in a Man United shirt, right? Brother, you already be wearing red for buying and whatnot. Like, come on. Come to the red side of Manchester. Holla at your girl. We'll see though. It really depends on if they're going to be selling him and whatnot. But I do think he's an exceptional player. So I personally would love to have him at Man United. That would be great. Um, but we'll see. Speaking of Bayern, Osan asked earlier, will Kim Min Jae help Bayern win their 12th Bundesliga? I love that you're saying Bayern League in a row. You know what? Yes, 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 yes. I believe Hernandez actually left, and then obviously Kim and Jae came in. The fact that we were in for Kim and Jae, but then Bayern came in, swooped in him, and we didn't really go for it. It sucks. I did see like a before I went live. I did see like a clip. I think it was on Twitter and whatnot, like a clip of him on this training session. Like he was on a bike, working out, and then there was several of his obviously new teammates coming, and greeting him, and be like, "Yo, you good?" And then Joshua Kimmich was like, "Oh, okay, hey, good," looking at the numbers on the bicycle. So hey, that would be it's a good signing for them, and I believe it's until 2028. Then it is what it is. But I would believe that they probably would be winning a Bayern Liga for sure. Oh yeah, yeah, 100% they will. 100% they will. Yeah, 100% they will. I will not be surprised by that whatsoever. Legit. But hey, we move on. Ron says, why would Kimmich leave Germany to do that? The thing is, though, it's not that he would, it's saying Bayern would have to maybe, Bayern are considering selling it because obviously he would be an asset, right? He'll be somebody that they can get money for, as they're trying to get Harry Kane and whatnot, right? To fund that. So it's not necessarily that he is going to be, he would be willing to go, but I'm just saying I wouldn't mind getting a Joshua Kimmich. I'm just saying. But at the same time, I do think that probably we would be going for a Amrabat, which, hey, I wouldn't mind that at all. But if he's gonna be going, please don't come to England and no other club but Man United. Don't come. I do not want to see you in a Liverpool shirt. I don't want to see you in a City kit or Arsenal whatsoever. No, no bueno. No, thank you. No, no, Gene. No, no, Gene. No bueno. Rich says Kimmich would leave Germany to go to Real. Some team like that, not pool. Hey, you never know. You never know. Could be going. That is a good point. You never know. You never know. But last person we need to talk about, and I needed to leave this at the end because this one is the madness. Lukaku, Romelu Lukaku. This guy, oh, big Ravi, big up. That's except. Let me just answer this question while we're at it. Question, Sophia, is this Lukaku's last chance to be at a big European club by going to Juventus? Thank you. This literally is opening up what I want to talk about. Keep getting the likes up again, by the way, people. Keep getting the likes up. So, the last remaining minutes of this show, we gotta talk about this guy. This guy. Okay. So a few days ago, literally, Fabrizio Romano literally reported like he just had like some bullet points of the whole situation with Lukaku. So Lukaku deal situation. Inter final bid, 35 million plus 5 million add-ons. Obviously, we know technically he's still a Chelsea, not Chelsea supporter. He's still a Chelsea player. Um, but obviously has been on loan for Inter, and Inter wanted to make that deal permanent. They wanted to sign him, re-signing, right? But that hasn't really. This whole thing has taken a full-on U-turn. So Inter have still no answer from Lukaku to close the deal. But then Juventus sent in a 37.5 million plus 2.5 billion bid to Chelsea, but only valid if they sell Vlahovic. And then out of nowhere, Lukaku was like, let me holla at Juve for a second. So he spoke to Juventus. Inter is like, nah, we ain't happy with that, dog. No, bruv, nah. So Inter, they pulled out. Pause. They pulled out of the whole thing. They ain't interested. So Lukaku is now basically banking on hopefully going to Juventus only if they do really, move on from Vlahovic. If Vlahovic maybe goes to a PSG, which is rumored that he probably would be doing, then it will open up for a player such as Lukaku coming play for Juve, which is a bit of a madness. I ain't gonna lie, because the guy's been getting a lot of abuse from Juve. Remember when he got the he had the yellow card, the whole incident. We got ready, he was sent off, and doing this in front of the Juve fans, and it was racial abuse, and I was like, it was a mess. And also, speaking of Inter, they have now gotten Juan Cuadrado, the Colombian, for free from Juve, and he now is going to be in Interplay. That's the same guy. I ain't gonna lie, I liked him before, but after that whole incident with Lukaku, because he was the one that went to the ref and saying like, "Yo, Lukaku is instigating. He's actually, riling up the fans. Like, no, 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 he got to go. Give him another yellow card. He got to go." And I was like, no. That was mad. Now he's an Inter player, and now Lukaku might potentially become a Juve player. It's a madness, people. But do want to add, um, there was Inter, ultra fans. They have a statement from Kurva North. Never see each other again. Is the title to Lukaku. You have portrayed all of us. We always defended you in difficult moments. Now you give us a stab. You are selling yourself to the highest bidder after kissing our badge. You're not a real man. Whoo! Yo. Yeah, I think Lukaku's done out here. This guy is. I'm trying, brother. I'm trying to be like, yo, why are you doing? Why are you doing dumb stuff? Like I remember even when he played at Man United and whatnot, and as he was going, I think right before he actually went, I believe, to Inter back in, what was it, 2019 or something in that order. He wasn't playing for us for a long time, to be honest. He legit was releasing, confidential. Um, I think it was some type of stats about like it was a training session about who was the fastest in a race, and you saw Lukaku at the top of that race, and then you saw Luke Shaw at the bottom, but you saw all the names, and I'm like, imagine being this like kind of out of touch, having not really much self-awareness to be doing stuff like that. That's not even the big thing. The big thing is then a season ago and whatnot, or 2 seasons ago at this point, you know, coming back to Chelsea, being like, okay, we have unfinished business. I want to come back to like I'm a blue and whatnot. And then just a few months later, you come with this whole interview saying like, okay, I want to go back to Inter. Like I've always loved Inter. Inter is my love. That's when I'm like, yo, we're doing a bit much, a bit much. Like it's a bit much. Literally. I'm sorry, I just had to sort some stuff out. There's people. Can we be grown ups in the comments? Like, be grown ups. Be grown ups. I ain't got time for this. I'm sorry. Be grown ups in the comments. Come on now. Regardless, like I said, it's a madness. And now he wants to go to Juve. And also, I believe I've also seen Juve fans saying we don't want you either. So it's like nobody wants you, brother. You literally in the past few seasons now of your career, you're just being a joke. You're just screwing it up for you. I don't get it. I don't get it. What do you guys think? I would love to hear some of you guys' comments, thoughts here in the chat. And did I ask you a question? Lukaku last chance to be a big. I mean, yeah, I would say so. Juve, if he does go, this is his last chance. But also, there will be a Euro next year, so he would need to play, a lot of games and play well as well because in the World Cup, it was not just De Bruyne who was like dog shit. It was also Lukaku who wasn't doing much. So hey, Llewellyn. It really is the madness. Brother says Lukaku has to go to Saudi or else has got to. He probably. I mean, technically, there has been offers from Saudi Arabia. He has just declined. He's been saying, "I still want to stay in Europe. I still have one last, you know, Romantada in me and whatnot." Or it says after Juventus, I could see Saudi or America for Lukaku, depending on his age, for sure. I mean, he signed with Rock Nation, JC's label, so I wouldn't be, to be honest, I even wouldn't be surprised if he goes to America. But I think Juve probably would be like wherever he goes now. That would most likely be like the last like big thing. If it would be like a Juve or another big club within Europe, then after that, like you said, Ravi, I probably would see him going, get one last check, whether that be going to Saudi Arabia or he then goes to, for instance, USA. Mac underscore OYEs says, whatever the fans are first to turn on a player when they are having difficulties, players need to prioritize themselves first. For sure, that is important. But the thing is, though, like a lot of Chelsea fans were really excited when he first came, and then he technically, when he came to um, Chelsea at that time, back again, the comeback. It was after Inter had to sell players and whatnot. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. He could possibly go to Roma. I haven't seen anything, but I don't know because like he was playing under Jose, but he really wasn't that. I mean, technically under Jose, obviously, it was like a year and a half maybe under Jose, because obviously he got sacked and he came 2017. I remember actually seeing him on a preseason tour, my first preseason game here here in Oslo. He was playing. That was also actually Scott McTominay's debut as well. I think we did win 3-0 in that game, something in that order. But yeah, and then obviously Solskjaer came, and Solskjaer was kind of very honest about him. not necessarily going to be playing him that much and want to focus more on Martial, which did technically work at the beginning, but obviously now it's been a bit all over the place. Right? Since Messi seems to be enjoying himself in MLS, so for sure. Max says, I don't understand last chance. He was in the Champions League final this year and won the Scudetto with Inter less than 3 years ago. But he left now. That's what last chance is about. Chelsea don't want you. Inter wanted you, but you screwed it up. Juve, technically they're interested, but it depends on what happens with Vlahovic. So after that, I don't like where else is going to go. Saudi Arabia wants you, but it's not that many European clubs that would want you because you're just ruining relationships. That's the problem. That's the issue. You know, that's basically what it is. That's basically what it is. One last thing though, I do also want to mention Man United potentially could get another player sold. Alex Telles will most likely be joining Al Nassr, which is Cristiano Ronaldo's, team in Saudi Arabia. I believe they actually got slapped up by was it Celta Vigo? Not Celta Vigo. It was one team, and there was actually a Norwegian player who scored a hat trick in that game. It was a team who's managed by Rafael Benitez, but I can't remember if the Celta Vigo. I think it is, but I could be wrong. One on the start got slapped up like 5-0. They lost. It moved. I didn't watch it, but I was just hearing about it. So Alex Telles will potentially be going to that team, and it was some talks about maybe he will go for free, but no, we will be getting some money. More clarity on the exact number after documents checked today is what Fabrizio Romano said. Exclusive news confirmed Tedros will go to Saudi League. So, and I was reading, I don't know if this necessarily is completely true, but maybe we could get 10 million. I'm like, yo, cash in, get all the money we can get. If we get Tellus out, Dean Henderson out, Maguire out, Alanga out, Donny van de Beek out, Bahia, I don't even, we're not going to get much of a Bahia, but something here and there, we can be able to fund a couple of, we can be able to fund at least maybe two new players in. I don't know, maybe, or you go heavily in for get out something. But that would be mine. What says do like on the side because of Ronaldo top two Saudi team. Hey. Max says Lukaku is just underappreciated, similar to Pogba. We only seem to focus on the negative. He scored 26 on Jose and 2 goals against PSG. We only remember Rashford penalty. I mean, that's your opinion. You wait, are you saying with Lukaku it just didn't work? I think with exactly the player that we tried to have at the beginning with Sucher was like, we can still be here, but I'm not. I'm gonna prioritize Martial and another striker ahead of you. So it's up to you. And he was like, nah, I want to go. He was there 2 seasons. You want to go or 2 years? You want to go? It is what it is. I'm not gonna sit here and say that he's not necessarily being underappreciated because he's been doing. I remember when he played for Everton, he won the Golden Boot 2 seasons in a row. Ripping it up for West Bromwich. But when he's been playing for United in the Prem or for Chelsea twice, hasn't worked out. Inter, he did some here and there. Yes, did won the Scudetto win, but overall, it's been a little bit lackluster. And also in that Champions League final, he came in. I really was like, yeah, I was really hoping that he was going to cook because Andrea Onana, this guy cooked in Champions League final. He cooked. Lautaro Martinez didn't cook. Barella, I love the guy. He didn't cook. Bunch of players didn't cook in that Champions League final. The defense was hella good. Up top, no. If they could just score goals in that game, it wouldn't be a Man City treble. But here we are. Here we are. So it is what it is. It literally is what it is. You can't do anything about it. It is what it is. So yeah, I'm just gonna before I go, I'm just gonna quickly check how many likes do we have. I'm checking for a friend. Once again, I am the friend. 17 likes, I'll take it. I'll take it. I will take it. But yeah, do get the likes up and do subscribe if you're new here. Too bad the Inter players didn't go to Detroit and cook to Detroit. I get it. I get what you're saying. I get it. I get it. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. They didn't. They didn't. Yeah. But yeah, big up everybody. Oh yeah, if was able to block Rodri's shot. Yep, I know, I know. But yeah, guys, that is going to be the end of the transfer show. We'll probably have another transfer show. I haven't planned one this week, but we're probably going to do one next week. I will actually do a watch along tomorrow. First watch along for Man United, as I was, the game last week. I was there. Do check out the vlog though if you haven't already. It was a really nice vlog, and I really did enjoy being there at the game. Um, and whatnot. But yeah, like I said, I will be doing a watch along for Man United versus Lyon tomorrow, midday. So make sure you do subscribe and have on the notification bell so that you don't miss out and whatnot. And of course, also give the video a big thumbs up. Um, the more likes we get, the more we're able to push the video out there for more people to see. And like I said, we're on the road to 2K subscribers. The goal is definitely to be able to do that before the season starts, which I think we can. I do think we can. I mean, we still have some weeks left before the season actually begins. So yeah, and I will also be doing a watch along on Thursday for it's gonna be a very very early watch along, but as the Women's World Cup kicks off on Thursday, and it's gonna be my team, Nation Norway, for the opening game against New Zealand. So that's gonna be dope. So yeah, some watch alongs, at least 3 watch alongs this week. So yeah, stay tuned. Pick up Ravi, pick up Rajad, pick up Ozan, just pick up everybody that's been here. Oh, thank you, Ravi. Ravi just posted the link for my vlog in the chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. So if you haven't checked it out, make sure you do check it out and whatnot. I think I've read it, everything. Ooh, lastly, since you did ask me, Rajat, Onana shirt soon. I definitely will be trying to get a Onana shirt. I will. Might maybe ask my dad, like, hey, for my birthday, Onana shirt? That'd be dope. Maybe we might do that. But yeah, definitely this season. Onana, I mean, I got 3 goalkeeper shirts. I will. Mac asks, are you Norway? Yes, I live in Norway, born and raised here. Yes, yes, yes. But yeah, I will have to go. Need to have my evening snack and just enjoy myself. So we'll see you guys tomorrow for the watch along. Super excited. Glory, glory, Man United, Forza Inter, and all of the above. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Have a lovely time wherever you are in the world. Lots of love to everybody. Yes, do check out my YouTube shorts where I, made a remix to Onana. Big up Llewellyn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, see you guys. Bye bye. Love you all. Bye.
Are you all right? Yes. No, you are all left.